We are now almost 2 weeks, if not already 2 weeks, into October. Normally, we've already had our first frost and everything has stopped growing. However, we've had some freak weather. And if you look at the tomato plant, there's lots of spots all along it where it's still putting out new growth. I already showed you in the beginning of October that it already had flowers still on it. If we walk over this way, down to the flowers, they're opening up. However, the part where you pollinate them is not opening up. It even has a white flower on it. The same thing with this one. Although the vine is just phenomenal. And it's all coming out of this one little stem. We've got a new sucker here. We've got another one starting here and there. You look at the new growth on this. It's amazing that this plant can do this so late in the season. And on the parts where it's not being held up by anything, its leaves are coming down and pushing it off of the ground. Can't get a good angle from here, but right down there, that's tomato leaf. Pushing itself up. And this is a little support this dead piece of whatever this plant, columbine. I mean, we still have flowers on the pumpkin. However, they're all male flowers. And I decided last week to see if honeysuckle can be something you can root from a cutting. So I have a piece of honeysuckle stuck into the pot with my blackberry bush thing. And that's all blackberry bush growth down there. And all up here. I snipped this branch off about a week ago, and it's already thickened up and it's standing up on its own. Snipped it in half. Trying to keep all the growth within the confinement of the bucket and not get too tall or too wide. I want to keep it a nice thick bushy bush. I don't want it vining everywhere. This is the garlic. I'm very tempted to see how the bulb is doing underneath here. Oh, it goes way down. Not feeling a bulb. So I don't know, we'll wait and see what happens over the winter. Took the netting off of the strawberries as I'm getting them ready to go in for the winter. And those are the other strawberries. We'll see how they are next year. And now this patch of garlic. You can see the soil starting to rise up around it. You can see that there's 2 stalks coming out of the soil. So I want to see what's going on around here. Well, I don't feel a bulb, so we shall see what's going to happen. There's even some garlic growing over by where I had the compost pile. Now this is what is left of that pile of leaves and mowed grass that I placed here when I raked earlier in the season. It used to be taller than this ramp, and it has just slowly broken down into this. So when more leaves have fallen in the yard, I'll rake them up here too and see how long everything takes to break down. Now this is all that's left of those 2 big compost piles that I had going. There's a little bit of leaves up on top, but if you look really closely, you can see there's worms and ants and other bugs. You can see all the worm castings. All that is worm castings. So, I'll show you what the vermiculture looks like now. This is what's left of the vermiculture. You can't even tell unless you look really closely that there was ever any sawdust put in here. So I'm going to turn this and call it a day. Now I have a feeling that this one went anaerobic, which means blocked off the oxygen, because the further I dig down, the wetter it is, and the more it smells like cow manure. But whether it's aerobic or anaerobic, it does not matter. It will not hurt your plants. It just will take longer without oxygen for the compost to break down. But the worms are loving it.